Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to show you how to build, well, a fantasy tree. Now this is my first design that I've made, and I just decided to show it to you guys. So let's get right into this. Okay, so the first step you want to do is kind of make the trunk. Now, kind of just want to give it just a bit of a shape. It doesn't really matter if it's like thin, long, although I prefer it thick. So you can kind of make it a little, well, more detailed at the top. You'll be able to make it bigger. And then you also want to add roots. That's one main thing of this. If you don't have roots, it's probably going to not look that well. Then you want to get your wool and your quartz and your pink clay. Pink clay is preferable. You don't need it, but it does make your build look better. Next, you're going to do is make some branches on how much or how long you want the top to be. I prefer it kind of short, and I kind of like it when it dangles over, kind of like an umbrella. After you have finished most of your shape, just start kind of trimming the edges, the underside. Now, under it, you kind of want to cover up all the branches. The branches were just supposed to be a frame for this. Now, underside, you really just don't want to make it flat. It doesn't look natural if it's flat. You kind of just want to spam wool down and make sure that there isn't branch left or any type of wood. You can see that it looks pretty good right here. And you can see the difference between this side right over here and that side. You can see the difference about how, well, much better it is. You can see that it has more texture. That's just one tip for building, which is jitter clicking. But after you have the underside of your tree done, start to kind of make a point on the top. Once you start kind of making that pointed kind of cone shape, or whatever shape you want, this is then where you can put a sea lantern in it, or glowstone. I prefer a sea lantern, just in the middle, just because it kind of can go with the theme of the, like, kind of, well, pinkish. That way if someone flies over it, they'll still think it blends in with it pretty well. After you've gotten all your pink wool done, the easiest part is, like, you can see it looks like an umbrella right here. Then you kind of want to drape it over. Like, so start draping over the wool to kind of make it look like vines a bit. Now, I know there isn't really, like, pink vines, but it just gives it that nice texture that the leaves are kind of drooping over. So you can see right here that just gives it that extra pop. Also, one thing with this is you also kind of want to add blossoms. Blossoms is what gives it its amazing part of this pink tree. So it looks like a blooming, well, tree in the summer or spring, whatever. But you can see that it looks pretty cool right here. But one thing that I always recommend is adding the pink stained clay. I mean, you don't have to do it. It's not necessary, but it gives it that just extra pop for texture. Also, if you go on here, I would recommend you kind of add lamps dangling off it. I would use dark oak with trapdoors and a slab. I would also use a glowstone because you cannot place trapdoors, sadly, on sea lanterns. That should be a feature, but sadly it isn't. So start placing your glowstone down and make your lamps. Okay, after you have finished all the lamps, this is one of the, like, best builds for the theme, like, tree and build battles. But you have to have it at night, or else it just doesn't give it that pop and texture that we want with the lamps. Now, you can add an extra root if you want it, and you want it to make it look symmetrical. But now, after you've done all of that, start kind of adding some vines around it. And if you really want to make it pop even more, or just make it look so much more better, or so much better, just put roses around it, or just put any type of flower and try to make it look natural. So as you can see here, that is how you make a fantasy tree. My name is G-Man Power, and I'm out. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss any more building tutorials like this. This is G-Man Power, and